Hello and welcome back in to the WNK page. I am George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here for Weather Now Kentucky. Of course, we want to allow some time for everyone to file on in here. I do want to warn you as well as you're coming in. I did not feel well today, so I'm going to try to get through all the information as much as possible. I probably won't answer too many questions. I really wasn't going to do a live video after the way I woke up, but the coffee is helping a little bit, so I figured we'll muscle through it. So again, we do expect some more snowfall today. Deeper levels of cold are moving in. And we'll break down kind of what to expect. We can already see some trends that are occurring on radar, even though the radar is empty in some places. It's filling in other places that are a little bit different than what model data is indicating. So, another round of just trying to figure out where this is going to go. This has been a heck of an event. To forecast. I know it's been absurd in some places. In some places, it's like what happened in the moisture. We'll break that down as well. But again, if you're just not tuning in, I am George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here for WNK. If you wouldn't mind, tap the share button at the bottom portion of the video there. Get this video out to your news feed so that way your friends and family can view it as well and get updated information on what to expect. Of course, make sure you say hello as you're coming in so that I can give you guys a proper good morning. Thank you guys a lot for all of your help with that. I see the shares starting to go up. Thank you a lot. When I start seeing those go up a little bit more, we'll start going into what we're seeing. Kelsey, thank you for sharing the video over there on Facebook, on YouTube. Good morning to you guys over there. I haven't forgot about you. Jen, hello. Thank you for sharing the stream. Is my chat not working? There we go. Good morning from Bowling Green, Sylvia. Hello down there. Hopkinsville, how are you doing, Rebecca? Thank you, Kathy, Troy, Tanya, and Derek. Thank you for sharing the video. I appreciate you all. Morning, everyone. I am not feeling very well today. I didn't feel very well yesterday either, but we got through it today. It's a little bit tougher. I think from the fact that we did 4 broadcasts yesterday while not feeling well, it's not helped anything today. So we're going to try to muscle through it for you guys. But that said, I probably won't answer too many questions today, just because, again, I want to save my voice a little bit for if we need to do another broadcast down the road. I will have a written post out here soon that will hopefully answer a lot of your questions, and hopefully I'll answer them as I'm going throughout the video today as well. Good morning, Nicole from Mount Washington. Hello. So many comments flying through. I'm missing some. Just know I'm seeing them though, guys. Awesome. Thank you. Good morning from Campbellsville. Campbellsville's gotten almost 3 to 4 inches down there. They're doing really well on the snowpack. Good morning, Aaron. How are you doing? Yes, what we always do. Thank you, Aaron. Whitney, good morning from Muhlenberg County. How are you doing? Lori from Bardstown, hello. All right. I'm starting to see the shares go up, so we're going to go ahead and get started with everything. Again, I'm George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here with WNK, and I'm not feeling very well, so my brain's not working, so have fun figuring that out. As well as I'm not going to be able to give you the usual, I guess, broadcast voice. I don't know. It just kind of is what it is at this point. But I'm going to pull up. Actually, first thing I want to start with. Where is it at? This is not going to be a very smooth broadcast. So for any of y'all wanting like a polished broadcast like we usually have, I'm sorry. This is not going to be that. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I really am. Lily, thank you for your 310 stars. Did I get any sleep? I did, but it was one of those things where, so whenever I sleep through an event, I don't like sleeping through an event. I don't feel like I have the chance of missing something. Although it's a snow event, I'm probably not going to miss anything anyway because I've been back here. Like I was back here from 7 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. last night. And so I'm probably not going to miss anything. But it's one of those things, guys, I want you to know when there's an event going on, and if I do sleep through it, I have my alarm set once every 50 minutes. I'm not kidding. It's because I don't want to miss anything, even though I probably wouldn't have missed anything anyway, and I didn't. I don't really sleep very well through events. I don't know. I feel like an obligation. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But anyway, this is our snow map that we made yesterday. I want to point out to you that we did put out kind of a redacted version of this. But, we're going to roll with it, whatever. I want to point out to you, though, that this northwestern portion of the state, from Owensboro what is that? Morganfield. I always mess up whether that's Morganfield or Morgantown. I think it's Morganfield over there. And Henderson. These areas definitely got more than 1 inch last night. But the result of that was this area from Madisonville to Hopkinsville. Now, you might fill in a little bit more today, and I'll break that down for you. Again, we do expect some more snow happening, starting to occur here soon. I'll show you that, and I'll show you the new model data as well. I see all of y'all's kind comments. Thank you all very much. We'll get through it. Everyone gets sick every once in a while. Also, to note real quickly, Bowling Green should absolutely be at the 3 inch mark. We have them in the 2 to 4 inches, so technically they've gotten 2 inches, so technically they're in range. But there's a dome over Bowling Green. I'm a full believer in that conspiracy theory now, because they should have already been at 3 inches. Everything else going so far so good. This 1 to 2 inch stripe, or this 1 to 3 inch stripe did really well last night. I'm very proud of that one. Obviously, the up to 1 inch band did very well as well, with the exception of the Owensboro to Henderson to Morganfield area. But I will also tell you, man, there was not one model showing any signs of any life for any real snowfall up there. That band that made it toward Morganfield and Owensboro and Henderson that just sat there last night, that was completely abnormal. It was not expected. Pikeville, Harlan, Somerset areas, still the highest areas for me to expect snowfall total today. I will tell you that we're expecting snowfall to begin here soon and last all day down there in eastern Kentucky. Allen and Warren counties, Lily says they have 4 inches, if not 4 already. It's crazy because Lily says that. Mike, our partner, my forecast partner that is down in Warren County as well, I think he made a tweet earlier that he's at 1.5 inches, and I think he's on the northern side of Bowling Green, or on the southern side, I mean. So very interesting, the different numbers that are coming out of the Warren and Allen County areas. That just goes to show you that it really should have all been 3 to 4 inches by now. But it is what it is. I also want to note to you real quickly that even in the places that only saw dusting last night, like Louisville, places to the north, the roads are treacherous. The roads are treacherous. If you're going to ask about road conditions, it doesn't even matter if you saw dusting last night versus the people that saw 6 inches, okay? The roads are treacherous. The reason for that is the snow is so fine that when the vehicles are driving on top of them, usually in 30 to 32 degree snow, vehicles drive on top of snow, the heat from the rubber and the traction, it helps to melt the snow a little bit, and the plows come by and it pushes it. But when you're talking about snowfall that's happening between 5 to 10 degrees, nothing melts, no matter what's happening to it. So plows are not being able to really push the snow. Salt and brine is not effective when it's this cold. So overall, even a dusting has created a lot of travel issues, and that's why a state of emergency was declared, because not only for last night, but the projected snowfall that we're going to see today, along with the extreme wind chills that we're about to see. The bigger your snowpack, the colder that you're about to get tonight going into Tuesday morning. Now that we've seen that, I want to show you the radar real quickly of what we're currently seeing. Let's go ahead and pull this over here. And again, this isn't going to be the smoothest broadcast in the world, but we'll all get through it. We're all making sacrifices today. I want to show you that it's kind of calm throughout Kentucky right now. Obviously, the bulk of any light snow showers is over here toward the Cumberland, Boonville, West Liberty, Pikeville areas. But we do expect that to quickly change, because if you look back out here to our west, this little piece of energy, while it doesn't look like it's doing anything for us, and it's not, but it's setting up a shot of energy that's diving down in toward the northern Arkansas area, going to southern Missouri. And I will note to you, I want you to look at the placement of this, and I want you to remember this. So everyone look, because I'm going to show you this on model data, okay? So I want you to remember the placement of this. This is going to be super important. This doesn't look important now, but what's happening out here to our west is super important. I want you to note how it actually goes into southern Missouri. You're going to see that on model data, it actually does not have it that far north. So that's a big 75 to 100 mile shift right there. That is important because when this actually catches up to this main bulk of energy, it's actually going to start to pivot the storm system. So most of the storms are moving straight up east right now, maybe a smidge northeast, but typically, or how it's been moving is east-northeast. When this, what we call short wave, catches up to this, and it's already looking like it's about to begin doing that, it will start to create a pivot, and the storm will move more northeast rather than east northeast. I know it's a lot of different letters there, but basically the storm will be turning. And when that occurs, you get an enhancement of the moisture, you get harder snowfall rates, and deformation bands start to occur. I want to tell you, let's go ahead and look at the model data real quickly. Now, I haven't made a snowfall map just yet because, quite frankly, I'm not going to lie to you, I really just got started going like maybe 30 minutes ago. And just because I needed to get my body going. I'm just not feeling well at all. But I will make a small snowfall map today, although I feel very good about where we're at. But overall, so actually, real quickly, I want to come back out here to the regional view, and I want you to look at how this is the only model that has actually caught the fact that that shortwave that we talked about, remember, back out here, is into Missouri. But I also want you to note how it goes from almost the western Kentucky border all the way back over to this far western Missouri border. On this, it actually only happens at about half the border line. So we can already still see some differences occurring. As I push this on forward here, I'm going to put this in a local view so that way you can see for yourself. 8 a.m. valid for 9. You can see a little bit less snowy than what the model is projecting. Remember, if we pull the radar back up, it's not as snowy as what the model is showing, but the placement of it is pretty well done. So we'll give it some credit there. But 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Central or Eastern Time, you can see that's starting to knock on the door of Western Kentucky once again there. And then we're going to look at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Central Time. You can see now it's starting to get connected. We see this little blob down here. Now I could go into all these massive details and show you 14 different maps to explain why that blob is important, but we're just going to ask you to trust me on this one because we don't have time for that this morning. But you can start seeing how this is starting to reach out. This is starting to reach out, and these will actually connect as they head a little bit more northeast. And so you start seeing a little bit of a heavier snowfall as a result of that for, let's say, Hopkinsville to Murray going in toward Bowling Green soon. Paducah trying to get a little blob going up there. The northwestern extent on this snow shield is extremely questionable. I'm going to be flat out honest with you. We will not know how far northwest this is going to travel or expand toward until it actually happens. So there could be some surprises again this morning. That's just me being honest with everyone. I could lie to you and tell you we know, and nobody knows, okay? The northwestern extent last night was extremely surprising. I remember texting Neil and Mike and Bo and Cherie and just going crazy about how that snow band was sitting in Owensboro, Morganfield. But not only did it do that, it actually drifted off to the north out here toward southern Indiana and created some snowfall for places like in Corydon, downtown Louisville, Tell City. It was extremely surprising. So I would not be surprised, and we already have a radar update here. So actually, this is very interesting. So I'm glad we kind of pulled this up. Remember that these two pieces of energy didn't really connect until they got to about the Murray area on that model we just looked at. They're already connecting now. And what we're seeing is a little bit of a branch out to the north here. Melissa, thank you for your 99 stars. I appreciate that. So what we expect is over the next couple of hours, these little gaps in precip, now that they are connected, will start to fill in and create more snowfall. That gives me more confidence that places like, let's say, Litchfield to Elizabethtown, going in toward Bardstown and Bloomfield and Lebanon, Campbellsville, Mumfordville, Bowling Green, Glasgow, Madisonville, Hopkinsville, Paducah, Murray, basically that little line there, you should be able to allow yourselves to get a little bit more in on the snowfall because of how early this is connecting itself. Of course, for places like, to the east of that, Edmonton, maybe Campbellsville, Monticello, Somerset, Corbin, Hazard, Middlesboro, Harlan, Pikeville, Jenkins, Paintsville, maybe Richmond. Those places are going to get absolutely hammered by snow today. I mean, absolutely hammered, and I'll show you that. So again, once these start to get connected, I want you to watch and see how deep the blues go. So I'll pull this back out. You can see they're very light. Oh, those are indications of very light snow showers that are going to be ongoing. But as those two pieces, again, get connected, watch and see how deep the blues go. Those are indicating you're more moderate to, in fact, toward Knoxville, that's a heavy snowfall look, right? As it traps a little bit northeast here, I want to show you that from Somerset to Pikeville, guys, I mean, just gets absolutely hammered. And that's why we've had that. This has always been our heaviest zone. Hang on. Oh, there we go. That's always been our heaviest zone. But I think I went a little bit too modest on the 3 to 5 inch number. That probably could have been more like 6 to 8 inches for that dark purple, or I'm sorry, that light purple zone. And then for the other purple toward Harlan and Pikeville, that could probably easily be 7 to 9 inches. So again, that heavier snow just keeps on going. This is actually valid for 4 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can see, just like we mentioned, it tries to bring the snow shield up a little bit more into northwestern and north central Kentucky, even up all the way toward Lexington. I don't know if it'll quite be that far northwest. We'll just have to wait and see how the radar evolves. This is more of a nowcast event rather than a live cast, or I'm sorry, a forecast event. I will tell you that our snowfall totals maps right here, we built in the chance for snowfall today as well. So you can see up there by the title, expected snow accumulation by Monday night. So we're talking about snow from last night all the way to tonight. So we already kind of built in the fact that there was a great snow chance today. So if you haven't met your range yet, don't get mad at me just yet. You might get some additional snowfall tonight. Let's go ahead and pull this back. That really skipped very far ahead there. So this is 2 p.m. Central Time, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. And whoever sees themselves in the snowfall tonight, it might be snowing for a while. I mean, we just showed you there. Basically, from 1 p.m. Central Time to 9 p.m., snow was ongoing. Now, obviously, it's a lot lighter up here toward, let's say, Elizabethtown, Mumfordville, or not, Cave City, Horse Cave. I don't know what's going on with my brain today, guys. I do not feel well. I promise you. So you have to decipher what I'm saying. But as we push this on forward here, you can see light snowfall just continues and just continues and just continues for southeastern Kentucky. I will show you the snowfall totals. Now, this is not take into account what we already have on the ground. I want to make sure that takes a second to sink in for everybody. Because last night I posted a map that showed the snowfall totals from that hour beyond, and people were freaking out. They're like, that's not right. I already have 1 inch. This is not going to show you what you already have on the ground. Okay, this is about from whatever this model started beyond. So this model actually just came in about an hour ago. So this is from about an hour ago beyond. Okay, and there's your beyond totals there. So again, Somerset to Pikeville being the main areas of snowfall. Bowling Green, I think you're going to be pushing more closer to an inch. Lexington, I think your 0.8 inches up there might be a little bit too much. And I do think there's more measurable snowfall to be had for a little bit more northwest of this line. Remember, we saw that snow, right? We saw that snow extend all the way up toward, let's say, Elizabethtown or even Radcliffe for briefly there. So I do think that comes a little bit further north. And also just looking at the radar there, guys, it's already more north and a little bit more east than the models were indicating. So again, I just think there's a great chance for snowfall from the majority of Kentucky today. Obviously, the heaviest being centered for Somerset, Pikeville, Scottsville, down there toward Harlan as well, going at southeastern corner of the state. There's a sure bet of at least half a foot going on by the time this is all said and done for those areas. Bob at Harrisburg already beginning to snow now because again, you still have the moisture left from last night. When it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. All right, so I'm not going to answer too many questions about specific locations today, guys. I promise you, I typically would. I don't feel well. I'm running a small fever. I have a cold going on. I really just don't feel well. So I hope you respect the fact that I'm not going to answer a ton of questions about specific counties and stuff today. I'm just going to be honest with you, tell you, if it snows, it snows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I know that's not how we're supposed to be doing things, but we have so much forecast information out on our page. If you need forecast information or you don't know what to expect, we just went over it in this video. I did 4 broadcasts yesterday. I think we made 17 posts between our Twitter and Facebook yesterday as well. There's all kinds of information out there. Just put a little bit of effort in and go scroll a little bit. Just because, again, I really just can't sit here and answer questions today, guys. I wish I could. You guys know I love you. You guys know I love you, all of y'all. And I just can't. I can't keep going. Feel better soon. Thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate that. I have a coworker that says coming down in Olmsted. Thank you so much for that update there. Rebecca, thank you so much. Bernie, thank you so much. I appreciate you. 2 inches so far here in Somerset, still coming down. Yeah, I think Somerset's a nice spot to be in if you're a snow lover. I really do. Done an amazing job for us, and you need rest. Thank you very much. I hope to get some tonight. We'll see how things trend. I hope to get some tonight. I'm gonna keep looking at the radar, guys. I'll have a written post out here in probably about 30 minutes for you guys to look at. So if I didn't get you the information that you're looking for, I will have a fresh post out in about 30 to 40 minutes. Until then, I'm going to go and just drink some hot coffee and take some medicine. I really don't feel well, but I do appreciate all of you guys staying patient with me. I know that wasn't the smoothest broadcast, but I wanted to at least get the information out to you guys. Rebecca, thank you for your 45 stars. I appreciate you very much. All in all, I am George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here for WNK. Stay safe and stay warm, Kentucky.